Kamali and Goma moved through the busy streets of Zaribu Moyo with a gentle confidence that people often overlooked. She was young, soft-spoken, and always focused on doing something meaningful for her city. Zaribu Moyo was famous for its bright tech festivals, colorful invention markets, and public workshops where anyone could learn to build something useful. While many people chased attention or quick success, Kamali preferred to work quietly in the small workshop behind her home. She believed every invention should make life easier for ordinary families, not just win praise online. Her calm nature often made others underestimate her, but those who worked with her knew she had a mind full of creative ideas and a heart dedicated to helping others. Each morning, she watched children carry containers to long water lines and mothers worry about finding clean water. These scenes pushed her to dream even bigger. She wanted to design something simple, affordable, and strong enough to change daily life in her community. Even when she was tired, she kept sketching ideas, adjusting small parts, and staying late in the workshop. She never complained. Her determination came from a deep love for her people. Whenever she tested a new model, she imagined the relief it would bring to families who struggled every day. Although Kamali rarely spoke about her work, the glow in her eyes whenever she solved a problem revealed her passion. She didn't need applause. She didn't chase fame. What she wanted most was to see Zaribu Moyo grow through inventions made by its own people. Her dream was to show that brilliance didn't always come from big labs or fancy equipment. It could come from a young woman working alone with scraps, tools, and a powerful purpose. People in the neighborhood often asked why she spent so much time on projects instead of enjoying festivals like everyone else. Kamali only smiled and said she was building something important. Her quiet confidence made her different, but it also gave her strength. She believed real change happened slowly, through dedication and love. And even though no one knew it yet, Kamali was on the edge of creating something that would not only help her community, but also reveal the true depth of her talent. Her journey was just beginning, and her heart was ready for whatever came next. A national innovation challenge is announced across the country, and everyone begins talking about it. The prize is huge, enough to change the winner's entire life and transform any idea into a real project. The moment Kamali hears the news, her heart beats faster. She knows this is her chance to finally bring her dream to life. She spends days studying community problems and nights testing different models, until she creates something truly powerful. A simple water purifying device using cheap, local materials that any household can afford. The design is small, strong, and easy to use, and every part of it shows her deep care for her people. She works with quiet excitement, believing the device could give clean water to villages that have struggled for years. But while Kamali is focused on her invention, her older sister Sunil keeps watching from the corner of the room. Sunil is known everywhere for her bright smile, bold personality, and confidence that commands attention. She loves being admired, but inside she always feels she is living in her sister's shadow. She knows Kamali is the true genius, and that silent comparison eats at her pride. When she sees Kamali's device starting to come together, her curiosity grows into something more intense. She begins checking Kamali's sketches when she steps outside, observing how the filter works, how the structure fits together, and how the materials are arranged. Kamali doesn't notice her sister's quiet interest, because she trusts her and has never imagined any form of betrayal. She continues perfecting the device, adding final touches and testing the filter with different water samples. Each successful test fills her with hope, not for fame, but for the family she dreams of helping. Meanwhile, Sunil watches every step, feeling a mixture of admiration and jealousy. She wants the glory that comes with winning the competition, yet she knows she does not have Kamali's creativity or patience. The excitement in the city grows as the competition gets closer. Posters appear on walls, people discuss their entries in coffee shops, and young innovators rush to complete their prototypes. Kamali stays focused on her project, unaware that her sister is paying attention to her work for reasons that are far from innocent. She believes she is preparing for a fair competition, not realizing that someone she loves is quietly studying every detail of her breakthrough idea. Days before Kamali is ready to submit her work, she wakes up early to upload her project. She opens the competition portal with excitement, only to freeze in shock. Her heart sinks as she stares at the screen. Her design, her idea, her device, Everything has already been uploaded. But the name on the entry is not hers. It is Sunil's. For a long moment, Kamali cannot even breathe. She checks the details again and again, hoping it is a mistake, but every sketch, every diagram, every description is exactly what she created. Her hands shake as she realizes what has happened. Someone she trusted has taken her creation and claimed it as their own. Within hours, Sunil becomes the center of attention. News pages post her photo with glowing headlines. Social media users praise her for being brilliant, innovative, and inspiring. She gains thousands of followers overnight. People call her the future of African invention. Videos of her smiling and speaking confidently begin spreading everywhere. She acts like the proud creator of the device, giving interviews as if the work came from her own hands. Her charm makes the world believe every word. Everyone celebrates her, except the one person who knows the truth. Kamali watches all this quietly. Pain fills her chest, but she refuses to fight publicly. She knows going online to argue will only cause chaos, shame, and noise. She chooses to protect her dignity instead of exposing the betrayal. She avoids social media and turns off notifications, trying to hold herself together. She remembers the nights she poured her energy into the device and the hope she had for her community, but seeing her idea stolen hurts deeply. Still, she does not speak. She believes that truth has a way of rising without her shouting. Her neighbors ask her why she looks tired, but she simply smiles and says she is fine. She does not want people to think her heart is breaking. She does not want to embarrass her sister, even though Sunil has taken everything from her: the credit, the spotlight, and the opportunity she worked so hard for. Kamali stays calm. Even though the world celebrates someone else for her creation, she holds her silence like a shield, trusting that life will reveal what it needs to reveal at the right time, even if she cannot see how yet. A few days after the betrayal, Kamali receives an unexpected phone call. The voice on the other end belongs to one of the senior judges from the competition. His tone is serious but gentle. He explains that the panel has been reviewing all entries very carefully, and something unusual caught their attention. When they searched past records, they found earlier prototypes, photos, and research notes linked directly to Kamali. The designs match the award entry submitted under Sunil's name almost perfectly. The judges are shocked by how identical the work is, and they want to understand what really happened. Kamali listens quietly, her heart heavy but calm, and she answers their questions honestly without blaming anyone. Her honesty and humility leave a strong impression on them. The judges tell her that they do not want to cause a public scandal or embarrass her family. Instead, they offer her a private opportunity. They say she can present her full research, her experiments, and her complete development process at the final ceremony. This presentation will allow them to see the true creator behind the invention. They assure her that Sunil will not be addressed or confronted during the event. Everything will stay professional and respectful. Kamali is surprised by their kindness. She never expected anyone to notice her quiet effort, and she never imagined she would be invited to speak on such a big stage. She feels nervous but also grateful because this is a chance to share the heart behind her work. After the call ends, Kamali sits alone for a long moment. She thinks about her device, the long nights spent testing it, and the hope she had for her community. She realizes she still wants that dream, even if someone tried to take it away. Slowly, her confidence grows back. She prepares her notes, organizes her prototypes, and gets ready for the ceremony. She does not tell Sunil about the call. She does not accuse her or ask why she did it. Instead, she focuses on what she has always believed in: truth, patience, and purpose. Quietly, she promises herself that she will walk onto that stage with grace, no matter who is in the audience. She knows that sharing her work honestly will reveal everything without hurting anyone. In that moment, Kamali understands that dignity is her greatest strength, and she is ready to face whatever comes next. The awards night is bright and crowded, with cameras flashing and excited voices filling the hall. Innovators from all over the country sit nervously, waiting to hear the final results. Kamali walks in quietly, carrying her prototypes and notes, her heart beating fast but steady. She keeps her eyes forward, knowing this moment is bigger than hurt or betrayal. Sunil stands nearby, dressed beautifully, smiling for photos, but her hands keep trembling. She knows what she did, and fear hides behind her charming expression. When the judges step on stage and begin their speech, the room falls silent. They talk about honesty, hard work, and the importance of genuine creativity. Then they announce the winner, Kamali Ngoma. For a second, the whole hall is shocked. People turn toward her, whispering in confusion. Sunil goes completely still. Her smile fades, and she looks at her sister with wide, terrified eyes. She thinks Kamali will walk on stage and expose everything. The stolen idea, the fake interviews, the praise she never deserved. She imagines the humiliation, the headlines, the crowd turning against her. She stands frozen, unable to move, waiting for the moment she fears most. Kamali slowly rises from her seat and walks toward the stage. Every step feels heavy, but she carries herself with calm strength. When she accepts the medal, the judges shake her hand with deep respect. The audience applauds loudly, some still confused, some already understanding the truth. Then the host offers her the microphone for her speech. Everyone waits for drama, expecting Kamali to reveal the betrayal. Even the cameras zoom in, ready to catch every word. But Kamali surprises everyone. She smiles softly and begins her speech by thanking the competition for believing in young creators. Then she turns toward Sunil, who is shaking, and says she is grateful to her sister. She explains that having someone so close push her, even without meaning to, made her work harder, stay focused, and stay true to her purpose. She says integrity is what guides real innovation, and she hopes her journey reminds people that honest effort always shines. The room goes silent. No angif, no blam, just grace. People slowly begin to clap, then louder and louder, moved by her kindness. Sunil's eyes fill with tears. She expected destruction, but Kamali gave her mercy. At that moment, everyone sees the true winner, not just of the medal, but of character. The hall stays silent for a moment after Kamali finishes speaking, and then the entire audience rises to their feet. Their applause is louder than anything heard that night. People are moved by the calm strength she showed, the kindness in her words, and her refusal to shame anyone even when she had every right to. Many guests wiped their eyes, whispering to each other about how rare it is to see someone win with such humility. Instead of talking about the stolen idea, everyone talks about her character. In that moment, Kamali becomes more than just an inventor. She becomes an example of dignity. As the event continues, social platforms explode with posts about her speech. Videos of the moment spread fast, gathering millions of views. People write long messages praising her for choosing peace over revenge. They call her a role model, a true innovator, and someone who proved that good values can shine brighter than any award. Comment sections fill with admiration. Some say they want their children to learn from her. Others highlight how powerful it is to respond to betrayal with courage instead of anger. Her name trends countrywide, not for drama, but for strength and grace. Meanwhile, backstage, Sunil hides behind a curtain shaking. She cannot control her tears. She expected to be exposed, humiliated, and attacked. But instead, her sister protected her without saying a single harsh word. The kindness cuts deeper than any accusation ever could. When Kamali walks backstage with her medal in hand, Sunil rushes to her and breaks down completely. She cries so hard she can barely speak. She apologizes again and again, admitting that insecurity pushed her to take something that never belonged to her. She confesses that she always felt overshadowed, always feared she would never be good enough, and made a terrible choice because of it. Kamali listens quietly, her face soft and understanding. She places a gentle hand on Sunil's shoulder, reminding her that mistakes do not have to define a person. Sunil keeps crying, saying she doesn't deserve forgiveness, but Kamali tells her that growth begins with honesty. The moment between them is emotional and raw, stronger than any fight or confession. Backstage, in that private space, the two sisters face the truth, one admitting her wrongs and the other choosing compassion. And through that painful honesty, something begins to heal between them. After the awards night, Kamali begins working on the next stage of her invention. Investors, organizations, and community leaders reach out, offering support to help her device reach families across the country. She knows the work ahead is huge, and she will need a strong team. Even after everything that happened, Kamali does not want her sister to be left behind. She understands that Sunil needs guidance, not rejection. So she decides to bring her into the project, but in a role that will teach her responsibility and honesty. She hires Sunil as a community outreach coordinator, giving her the chance to work directly with local families, listen to their needs, and learn the importance of serving others instead of chasing applause. Sunil feels overwhelmed when she receives the offer. She expected distance, anger, or punishment, not a chance to rebuild herself. She accepts the position with deep gratitude and promises to prove she can change. Her new job is challenging, but it helps her grow. She talks to mothers who struggle to find clean water, children who miss school because they spend hours collecting safe water, and elders who dream of easier days. Hearing their stories makes her understand why Kamali worked so hard on the device. Slowly, she begins to see beyond fame and attention. She learns that real impact comes from sincerity and effort, not stolen credit. As the sisters work together, their relationship slowly heals. Sunil becomes more open, honest, and humble. She asks questions instead of pretending to know everything. Kamali notices the change and supports her with gentle patience. They start sharing meals again, laughing together, and discussing ideas without fear. The trust that once broke begins to rebuild, piece by piece. Their bond grows stronger than before, because it is now built on truth. Meanwhile, Kamali's invention spreads across the nation. Villages install the device, schools use it for students, and families celebrate having clean water for the first time without long walks or expensive filters. News channels highlight the positive impact, and organizations call it one of the most important community inventions of the year. People admire Kamali not just for her creation, but for the way she handled betrayal, forgiveness, and leadership. In the end, the device becomes a symbol of hope, and the sisters become a symbol of healing. Their journey shows that honesty builds real success, and forgiveness can turn even the deepest hurt into something powerful and good. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story, make sure to like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel for more powerful African tales. Your support helps us bring more inspiring stories every day.